Hey guys, and I hope you guys are doing okay today. Today I have a Dead by Daylight discussion video. I know it's been like 2 weeks or even 3 weeks since I made one of these. I do apologise, but today we're back with one. And today's one is kind of different. Today I'll be going over and discussing about the two sides of Dead by Daylight. Now what do I mean by two sides? The two sides of the community of Dead by Daylight, the most common and most known two sides of DBD. There's many more sides in DBD, but I'm going to go over these two specifically because these are the major ones. Like the biggest sides of DBD, like the sides the majority of the player base chooses, or just just a majority of the player base, these two sides. So yeah, let's just get into it. So I wanted to make this video today because of Spook and Duke's recent video over a week ago now, where he called out the Dead by Daylight community of how toxic it can be at its core, and just showing examples of really toxic players. And just saying how of this community is really toxic, crybaby community and everything. Now he didn't say everyone in DBD is toxic or anything like that. Every content creator, no, I'm not saying that either. Not everyone in DBD is toxic. I'm not saying that at all. A lot of players are, and that's why I wanted to make this video today, just to kind of have inspiration on his video to even make my own one, which is a bit different because I'm talking about two sides of DBD. And kind of go over how I'm kind of disappointed with one of the sides, and this is down to the devs and the player base as well, mainly the player base, but I'm going to be in a way calling out the devs here. So yeah, let's just, as I said, properly get into it. So let's go over the first side of DBD. So the first side of DBD, as you can see right here, just toxic survivor teabagging me already, just sorry about that. So the first side of DBD is the new player side. Now what I mean by this, players who just bought the game recently and they're only playing the game because they have some of the iconic characters in it, like Michael, Freddy, Pig, Bubba, Pyramid Head, Ghostface, fucking Demogorgon. They're only buying the game because one character they're interested in DBD, or a bunch of like bigger licenses. They're not playing the game for the original characters or the grind or anything like that. They're only playing it because of these iconic characters. That's one side of DBD. The new players who just play it just to kill and have fun and try out these new killers and just be a fan of these killers. Because the thing is, lately a lot of new DBD players, especially because of this Resident Evil chapter, are coming in not to grind the game or buy the rift or become rank 1 or anything like that, or just to buy original chapters. They're coming in because they see this game's advertisement of like Demogorgon, Michael, shit like that. That's one side, right? They're innocent people who are just trying to kill, just have fun with the characters they love and enjoy from horror franchises, which is cool. That's one side of DBD. The players who only buy the game just to experience the licenses, which you should really do in a horror game. But here's the other side of DBD. Now, how do I explain I'm not part of this side, but I am in that sense. So the other side of DBD is the grind side. People only buy this game or play this game. I'm not saying everyone, obviously, as I said. The other side is a lot of people play this game only for the grind of ranks, getting blood points, the rift, yeah, shit like that. You guys kind of get what I mean. They don't play it because they see their fucking favorite horror franchise character in it. They're only playing it for the grind, the rank, all of that shit. Like an actual DBD player, not someone who just buys a game to. Also, I was BMing him here on the hook, as you can see, because they're all being toxic as fuck, and I think they're all 4-man as well. I'm sorry I keep going off topic, but it's just, yeah. What was I saying? So yeah, I already went over the first side, and the second side of DBD is the side that grinds. Basically my side, right? And you're probably thinking, okay, cool, what's this point of the whole discussion? How is this even related to Spook and Duke's video? Good question, well, if you're even asking that right now to yourself. Here's the thing. This game is supposed to be made, and the devs even said this before, this game is not even supposed to be a grindy game. Okay? although they put grind into it. This game is supposed to be a game where you play it just to experience a lot of characters from big horror franchises, and it's optional to stay behind and play their own original characters. That's the whole point of DBD. But instead, the devs, for some fucking reason, made this game grindy as fuck, which conditions a lot of players who play this game for more than fucking 2 months probably to start to play the game more and grind the game. And that's how toxicity. This is where the toxicity begins, right? Because the devs design the game in such a weird way, didn't they? It's a horror game online, which is full of grind, full of perks. It's weird because this game's not supposed to be made for that. DBD is supposed to be made for the other side I was talking about, the side that people only buy this game for the horror franchise characters like Michael, Bubba, Freddy. That's literally the whole point, and maybe the original characters. But this game is not supposed to be grindy, competitive, as people see it and condition it as. And that's how DBD becomes toxic, because it's poorly designed. The devs don't know how to design this game, because all this grind, all this rift does not suit DBD. I do play it because I love this game, but it still doesn't suit the game. I mean, I play it because I love it, but it still doesn't get rid of the fact that it's poorly designed. Because devs, are you designing this game for the point of like Michael and Freddy, and players to only buy the game just to experience them and have a bit of fun? Or are you designing this game based around grinding and rifts and competitivity, i.e. your tournaments? I don't know. You can't be designing it by both, because that's how toxicity begins. Because one side, the first side as I was talking about, is going to go against the other side. So let's say, for example, this new Resident Evil chapter coming out. Let's say people are buying the game for the first time, don't know anything about it, only know that Resident Evil's in it. They buy Nemesis, they try out Nemesis, and let's say they go against the other side I was talking about, the grindy, competitive side. Although this game isn't competitive, people condition it as that. That's why I'm like just giving an example. So they go against. So the people on the other side, side B, which is the grindy side, as I was talking about, will be going against the A side, which is people only buying the game because of this new chapter. Well, this is where the toxicity begins, because the newer players will be experiencing the game for the first time, enjoying it, killing players, like having fun with Nemesis, just having a great time with this chapter. But they're gonna go against the other side, which is full of salt, which, as I said, I'm kind of part of, but not really in the salt spectrum. Maybe just in the part of the grind and doing YouTube, but you get what I mean. So this is where the toxicity begins. So, as I said, the new side, A side, will be going against B side. Okay? This sounds fucked up, I know. And this is what they don't understand, the devs here as well. Since B side is full of toxic players, grindy players, competitive players, you get what I mean, they're going to be leaving a lot of hate on the newer players who are just playing this game for the first time, just trying to have fun with a new chapter, experience Nemesis for the first time in Dead by Daylight or in general. And have proper fun with Nemesis to see what he's like in Dead by Daylight, and just have fun. But when I'm gonna go against the fucking B side, this is where toxicity happens, because the B side will be pressuring and fucking just bitching and moaning at A side, and it'll be scaring a lot of players off. And in fact, this will encourage the newer side to act like how the other side is acting, because once A side, you know what A side and B side is now. Once A side, okay, is gonna realize how B side plays, or just acts in general with this game's toxicity and competitivity, they might even fucking be conditioned themselves to even play like how B side plays. Because think of it, B side can gaslight massively. They could be saying get good at the game and everything like that, and just shit like that, you know. They could even suggest run nowhere and all of that. Just like, you get what I mean. Just run all of this disgusting shit. Then A side will start running all of that shit eventually when they start playing it for a couple of weeks, and then who knows? A side might even become toxic themselves. Okay, I know this may sound silly now, but you get what I mean. Well, this is how DBD works in general, right? Because think of it logically. a lot of people, just everyone in general, even myself included, we all played a game for the first time because we knew Michael, Freddy and everyone was in it, right? But then eventually we started playing the game more and more, and let's say for example 2 years on, you don't see this game as a scary game you once did, because now you have been conditioned into thinking this game's for the grind and competitivity and just sweat, and you get what I mean, right? That's what's eventually going to happen to every player in DBD who plays it for at least 2 months. And that's the sad truth. It is, honestly, it is. And I'm not saying everyone is going to be toxic. I mean, everyone eventually who plays this game for a bit is gonna start to play this game for the grind, because that's how the devs designed it. This is why it's fucked up, right? The devs designed it for playing it to enjoy, you know, fucking licenses, and also playing it for grind. But this is where toxicity even becomes in the design itself, because you can't mix grind and fun together, because grinding is not fucking fun. Grinding creates stress for some players, and stress becomes anger, and anger becomes toxicity, and it goes in an infinite loop. And this is where the devs mix A and B side together, and it just creates shit like this, which don't make any fucking sense. Yeah, you guys get what I mean now, right? So these are the two sides of DBD. A side soft, B side hard. And this is where the devs like poorly designed this game, because they mixed them together. And this is why DBD's infinite loop of fucking toxicity really exists. And I'm being honest, it does. You don't have to believe me, but I'm just speaking logical and rational. I am. Like, how could you even argue against me at this point? You know what I'm saying is true. Eventually, anyone who fucking plays this game for at least fucking 2 months or 3 months is gonna see the game differently. They're gonna start to grind for it. They're gonna start to buy the Rift, grind, and then there becomes toxicity from the other side of DBD in general. Then that's why everything becomes conditioned and infinite loop, infinite loop, infinite loop. Now, I'm not saying it's anyone's fault here that they even push into the grinding spectrum of this game. It's not. Because if you play the game for grind, then fair enough, I fuck with you. But if you play the game for toxicity, then I don't fuck with you. I don't. I really don't. Because, why? Oh man. Anyways, here's my discussion. Hopefully you guys kind of get what I meant. I know it's really long for a discussion, 12 minutes. I doubt anyone's going to be sitting this far in, because I'm just rambling on. But hopefully you guys get what I meant. I got what I meant. Hopefully. A and B side. A side soft, B side hard. These are the two like most common and most known sides of DBD. And this is the most vital side right now. You need to be paying attention to, because trust me, I'm worried about the new players coming into DBD. Lots of new players are going to be going against the other players who've been playing this game for like at least a year. They'll probably get a bunch of hate, and then it's probably going to scare them off DBD, or even condition them to even grind this game and get better, taking the advice and therefore grinding it. And yeah, that's what I was talking about. A side will always eventually become B side. Now, I don't mean in terms of becoming always toxic. I mean grinding, because a lot of B side is toxic, but I don't mean everyone who be joining B side eventually will become toxic. But yeah, DBD is a confusing game. I love it no matter what, but it's still confusing. Do not mix fucking A side and B side together. It don't make any sense, devs. Obviously you can't fix it now. It's done. This game's fucking 5 years old. There's no way you can even fix that now. It's too late. Anyways, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.